Hello, everyone, and welcome to Yoga Therapy, made possible by UCLA Health's Integrative Medicine Collaborative. My name is Julie, and I am happy to be here today to guide you as we explore our ability to drop out of stress and return to a state of relaxation. So let's begin on the chair. Coming into conscious sitting. Look down at the feet, knees on top of the ankles, feet hip width distance apart. Knees in alignment with the hip. So you might need to put a pillow or a blanket underneath your hip or underneath your feet to find this alignment. Tuck the tail, and you'll feel yourself growing taller just by reversing this dumping that we tend to do. Ear on top of shoulder, shoulder on top of hip, chin slightly tucked back, head on top of the heart. So this is the waking position of the body. We sit, we stand, we walk, and we are coming into stillness and quiet, stopping before we start. And notice the quality and the state of your breath, of the physical body, without judgment, just noticing how you are feeling. You're feeling agitated or relaxed or somewhere in between. And let's begin our time together today by taking 3 deep inhales and exhales on your own. Inhaling through the nostrils. And oftentimes, just by breathing consciously, we tend to slow down the pace of the breathing. Change your breathing, you change your mood, you change your pulse rate. Let's begin today by pressing the palms together in front of the heart, equal pressure. The forearms are parallel with the floor. Fingers are together. There's about 5 pounds of pressure here. Connecting left and right. As you continue to breathe consciously, remember it's the most important part of the practice. Let the breath initiate in the abdominal region. And with the exhale, the belly pulls back toward the spine, actively and consciously participating. And from this place, set an intention for the rest of the session. What is it that you came to class seeking? What is it that you carved out 30 minutes in your schedule? What is it that you are seeking? Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, let the hands rest on the thigh. With your inhale, lift the chin up toward the ceiling. And with your exhale, bring the chin toward the chest and keep the chin here as you breathe in and out. Notice anywhere you might be tensing and tightening. Remember, it's a reflex. The body does this automatically. Maybe drop the shoulders, drop the tongue from the roof of the mouth, separate upper teeth from lower teeth, still tucking the tail into the chair, but not tightening in the pelvic floor. Using the weight of the head to release tension in the back of the neck. On your next inhale, return to the neutral posture and exhale. Let's slowly turn the head left and right. Nice and easy gliding motion. And notice when you reach the edge. So we're reminding ourselves that we're not like the owl, that we have a limit here in the cervical spine. And whenever you feel you're approaching that limit without exceeding it, bring the head in the opposite direction. One more, just like this. As you return to neutral, inhale and sigh it out. Inhale, pinch the shoulders up. And sigh it out, slowly dropping the shoulders. 2 more like that. Last one. Slowly rotate the shoulders now forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Letting the hands glide on the quadricep muscle. That's the big muscle on the front of the thigh. And now heading in the opposite direction. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. For those of you just joining, we have set an intention for our practice today. It's a personal one. It's the reason that you showed up for class today. What is it that you came seeking? And now let's return to the neutral posture. Take a deep inhale and sigh it out. When we extend the exhale, we are practicing a stress-reducing breathing technique. Let's bring a circular motion round and round the spine. With the inhale, you come forward. With the exhale, you push it back. Bringing the flesh of the torso round and round. And now head in the opposite direction. Notice that you chose a direction. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. One more in this direction. As you return to the neutral seated posture, inhale and sigh it out. Inhale, lift the arms up. Press the palms together and exhale, crescent toward the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, crescent toward the left. Continue on your own. Slight bend in the elbow here. Moving like a pendulum would. And once again, notice the edge. And notice how you know not to go any further. How you know not to exceed the edge and harm yourself or fall on the ground. So much is working correctly. So we're reconnecting with that instead of focusing on what has issue. One more time on each side. As you return to the neutral posture with the palms pressed together, inhale and exhale, separate the arms, palms down, bring the hands back behind you as you fold. Inhale as you come up and exhale, fold. The hands are resting on the low back. Inhale, lengthen and exhale, fold. A few more like this on your own. So now we are creating heat and agitation. Remembering that anytime we fold the body, this is another stress-reducing technique. One more time, just like this. And return to the neutral posture. Take a deep inhale and sigh it out. Lift the right foot off of the ground. We're going to take it over to the side and drop it down. Bring it back up and back to center and drop it down. 4 more on the right side. So this is for the hip, externally rotating and then coming back to center. And after you've completed 5 on the right side, return to neutral. We'll do the same thing on the opposite side. You might be sliding around on your chair if it's wood or metal. More secure if you're on a chair that has fabric. Last one on this side, or wherever you are, come back to the center. Grab onto the side of the chair, inhale, and sigh it out. Leaning back, holding onto the chair. Let's extend the right leg and rotate the right ankle, left and right, right and left. And now let's flex and point. And now come back to the hold. With your inhale, open the toes wide. And with your exhale, curl and squeeze. 2 more on your own, sitting up as tall as you can. Drop the right leg down, press the palms together in front of the heart. And now we'll tap out that right quadricep. Come back to the neutral position, hands on the side of the chair, shoulders soft. We're going to do the same thing with the opposite foot. Lift the left leg off of the ground and rotate the ankle. And now extend the leg without locking out the knee, point and flex. And now come into the hold, open the toes wide with the inhale, with the exhale, squeeze. 2 more on your own. And bring the left foot down to the ground. Inhale. And sigh it out. The next posture you can practice standing or seated on the chair. We're going to come into a wide stance with the toes facing forward. So this is seated. If you'd like to come to standing, it's the same thing. Let the hands come toward the center and drop. If you're standing, we're going to bend in the knee. And here is the posture. With your inhale, circle sweep, reach up. And with your exhale, arms come down. Continue on your own. With the inhale, we are activating and working harder. With the exhale, we are releasing and returning to rest. A few more like this. Last one. As you return to the neutral posture, let's stay in this wide stance. We're going to turn the right foot at an angle. So if you're in the chair, you're going to keep a bend in that left knee, and the right foot's going to come out at an angle. If you're standing, the legs are straight, and you want that right heel in alignment with the left arch of the foot. And all we're going to do from here is extend the arms straight out. With your inhale, bring the arms together and come back to center. And with your exhale, bring the arms out. Hands are no higher than the shoulder. Continuing on your own. And once again, you can speed up this pace or slow it down. And if you're standing, you can add a bend to that right knee. With the inhale, we activate. And with the exhale, we release and relax. One more like this. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, let the hands rest down. Pivot the right foot. We're all in the wide stance here. Let's make sure we're tucking the tail, pelvis slightly tilts forward. Take a deep inhale. And sigh it out. Going to the other side, pivoting the left foot. Heel and arch alignment if you're standing. And if you're on the chair, you have a bend in that right knee, and the left foot is at an angle. So take a moment here to acclimate. Once again, make sure that that tail is slightly tucked. And now we begin with the movement. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, come down to neutral with the palms down. And once again, if you're standing, you can keep the knees straight, or you can add a bend, making sure that knee's tracking right over the left foot. A few more like this. This is a warrior pose. This is warrior 2. One more like this. Let the hands drop, pivot the left foot. We'll put a forward fold here. Inhale through the nostrils. And exhale, follow the breath down as you hinge at the hip and meet your first level. Make sure you're breathing in and out. Remember, it's the most important part of the practice. Hands on the thighs, which is good. Below the knee, which is also good. Maybe reaching for the floor, which is also good. So here's another fold. And we remember that when we fold, we are dropping into relaxation. Slowly tuck the chin to the chest as you roll up one vertebra at a time. We're going to practice the warrior 2 pose again, but this time we're going to hold the pose. So pivot the right foot and line it up. Extend the arms straight out, and the shoulders aren't pinched up here. The shoulder blades are slightly coming together back behind you, staring down the length of the right arm. Light pressure of the fingers together, thumbs pointing away toward the screen. Holding the pose, check in with the tail, make sure it's tucked. This is a warrior 2 pose, staring down the length of that arm. This is the aim. We are aiming. We are looking down the length of the right arm towards the future from the present with the past behind. On your next inhale, pivot the right foot. The arms come together. And exhale, here's another fold. Hands on the thighs, again, on the shins, down to the floor, seated or standing in the wide-legged pose. Tuck the chin to the chest with the bend in the knee as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. We'll do that same hold on the opposite side. Left foot comes at an angle. Heel and arch alignment. If you're standing, you can keep that knee straight, the left knee, or you can bend it. Here it is again, Virabhadrasana 2. Notice the strength it takes, physical strength, but also the internal strength. Holding the pose, not holding the breath, and breathing. When we use the body for strength, the other aspects of self tend to follow. Keep the breath steady and smooth. And once again, staring down the length of that left arm. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, come back, pivot the left foot. Inhaling, sweep and reach. Exhale, fold. Drop into the fold. Drop into the present. Leave the past behind with every exhale. Is what the body's doing anyway. Every inhale, nourishing newness and freshness and all that is good. Slowly tuck the chin to the chest as you roll up one vertebra at a time. Let's heel toe, heel toe, heel toe as you come back to either the standing or the seated mountain pose. Inhaling. And sigh it out. 2 more like that. If you're standing, come to a seat. We're going to come into a twist next. Lots of options here. Neutral, more friendly for the hip and the low back, the wide stance, or you can also bring the legs to the right of the chair. Let's check in with the tail, reminding the body. With your next inhale, lengthen and lift the arms. Exhale, here's the twist toward the right. Check in with the shoulders and the tongue and the jaw. Remember, stress is reflexive. We are actively participating, mostly by controlling the breath. Let's bring the chin toward the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, move the chin in an even plane toward the left shoulder. Inhale here. And exhale, bring the left ear toward the left shoulder, tilting the head upward. 3 deep inhales and exhales wherever you are. After that last exhale, unwind, head, shoulders, and low back as you decide how you would like to practice the fold for the left side, either forward, wide, or legs to the left. Tuck the tail, inhale, lift. Exhale, follow the breath as you fold. Notice the placement of the hands either on the chair, maybe on the legs, maybe reaching that left hand for the right hip with the back of the hand back behind you. And now bring the chin toward the left shoulder, inhaling. Exhale, chin comes in an even plane toward the right. Inhale. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder, looking up. 3 breaths. On your next exhale, slowly unwind head, shoulders, and low back. As you come back to the neutral seated posture, here's another forward fold. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, follow the breath and release. Release the head. Let's nod the head, yes. And then come into the hold. Breathing into the back of the lung, the back of the heart, the back of the spine. With the inhale, getting a sense of expansion. And with the exhale, squeezing back toward the center. Tuck the chin to the chest as you slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. We'll practice one more pose here, the seated cobra pose. You can grab onto the side of the chair, drop the shoulders, maybe bring the hands back behind you with the fingers pointing toward the body, maybe even clasping the hands back behind you. The function of the pose is to get a sense of expansion in the chest and the heart. So the torso is the hood of the cobra. Expanding. You can keep the legs here. You can extend with the heels on the floor. Wherever you are, 3 deep inhales and exhales. You can also lift the chin if you like. Opening. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, release. And let's shake out the hands and the arms, fingers and the wrists. This next pose, you can practice lying on your back or on the chair. We're going to bring the knees together, making a triangle shape here. Feet stay on the ground if you're either seated or on the mat. Now extend the arms away, either reaching up if you're on the mat, reaching forward if you're on the chair. And now we're going to bend in the elbows. So here's another triangle. Notice the shoulders tendency. 23 years of practice and my shoulders are still working too hard. Drop them down. Ah, there is a sense of ease. We are reminding ourselves that we have control, that we don't have to always be tense and tight. Take a deep inhale here. And on your exhale, tuck your head into this little sanctuary that you've created with your arms. And make sure you're still breathing in and out. Turning inward, turning thoughts inward, turning the body inward, returning to that sense of peace and balance that is always here. Take a deep inhale. And with your exhale, release. If you're lying on the back, you can come into Shavasana, traditional final resting pose. If you're on the chair, find a more comfortable way to sit down, maybe leaning on the back of the chair, or maybe even coming into easy pose with the legs crossed. Maybe one leg crosses. Let's bring the thumb and the pointer finger together. Light pressure as if you're holding a thread or strand of hair. And let's flip the palms upward. Now that we've cleaned and cleansed, we are ready to receive. And here's the gesture of the hands flipped upward. Let go of conscious breathing if you haven't already. Now we practice turning inward without using the body or the breath. Befriending the stillness and the silence. Beginning now. And a sense of the body breathing you. And when you find the mind wandering, remember that warrior two pose, how you stood in the present with the past behind and the future ahead. And here you are, in the moment. There is wellness here. Take a moment here at the end of the session and think back to the intention that you set at the beginning of the session and see if you're closer to it, farther away from it, or just as close or far as you were when you began, remembering that all answers are correct. The practice is in the listening. Yogic principles teach that that which you seek is also seeking you. Slowly bring your awareness to the tip of the nose and begin consciously participating again as we breathe in and out, sharing this air from no matter where we are, this air that connects us. Bring the hands down by the side of the body. With your next inhale, circle, sweep, and reach up. And press the palms together, exhaling, hands in front of the heart. Take a moment here to appreciate how good it feels to be alive. Gratitude, the ultimate in reducing stress. The teacher and the light in me honors and bows to and respects the wisdom and the teacher and the light in each one of you. Namaste.
Thank you, Janine.
You're welcome, everyone. Thank you.